guys, welcome back to the Long Distance Diaries series where I take you along with me to visit my long distance family and long distance boyfriend, both of whom live in different states from each other. If you missed it last time, I flew into Illinois for a day where my boyfriend lives currently while he finishes college, then flew to Tennessee for a few days, which is where my sister, mom, and niece live. My dad lives part-time on Kauai with me, or rather I live with him, it's not my house, and part-time in Tennessee with the fam. And then like I said, I live on Kauai full-time. So fam in Tennessee, boyfriend in Illinois, I'm usually in Hawaii. I don't know if any of that made sense, but now I am heading back to Illinois from Tennessee to spend more than a day with my boyfriend before I head home. So feel free to join along and let's yip and yap a little bit. Be a boy.
I'm always a boy.
Look at this boy. Whoa. This is so cool. Is this your car?
No, this is
I was so confused. I was like, did you get a new car?
Yeah.
You just look like a dog.
Oh yeah, those dogs do have human eyes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I'll try to work.
I was like, I think you will call. Life is poetry.
Yeah. Art imitates life.
I feel like recently everyone and their aunt has been asking me about how Ethan and I met and kind of our love story, I guess, which is funny because for a while everyone we were around already kind of knew it, but for whatever reason it's come up a lot recently, and I usually let him tell it if he's around because he does such a better job of it. But I saw this quote today on a reel that said, "Life is too short to be with someone who's nonchalant. Find someone who loves you loudly." And I was like, oh yeah, Ethan is so that guy that loves me loudly and he's not embarrassed to talk about how he loves me. That's so sweet. I got a winner. And then I was like, wait, I'm the nonchalant one. Like, I am the one who is a dud and doesn't want to talk about all the sappy emotions, especially in public, because for whatever reason I feel embarrassed talking about my own emotions and really talking about anything I care about a lot. And I'm not at all embarrassed about the story. I'm definitely not embarrassed of him. I think it's just that I'm embarrassed of myself. I feel like talking about these emotions, or more so just having those emotions, makes me feel embarrassed of myself. I think not feeling self-sufficient, really having to face the fact that my life is deeply interconnected with others, especially this one specific person, and that if this one person stopped liking me, my world would kind of fall apart. That feels embarrassing, and not because he's not worth that risk or that he's not trustworthy. It's that I'm just emotionally stunted in that way. I want to live in a way that if someone doesn't quite approve of me anymore, my life goes on unscathed and I'm still the girl who lets everything slide off their back. And I very much am that way with 98% of the population, but with a select few, they could explode my whole world with a few words or a harsh opinion, and the part of me that is ego-driven and selfish hates that and almost would rather live in seclusion than deal with that. But that part of me is an idiot. I love my boyfriend, I love my close friends, I love my family, and yet I can't seem to talk about it with any level of social skills to any of them. I mean, I've frankly never been good at expressing my emotions publicly. That's probably why people had no idea I had chronic ailments or mental illness for 10 plus years, because I just couldn't bring myself to tell the truth about how deeply things were affecting me. It was easier to just not talk about it at all. I mean, now I talk about those things all the time on the internet in voiceovers, but up until a few years ago, I very rarely let it slip how I really felt about things. And most of the time, if I did talk about it, I did it with almost diplomacy or stating things like facts. I would say how I felt, but I didn't say it with much conviction or show any emotion, maybe because I didn't want to be labeled as just another emotional girl.
Someone too close is hard. Someone who will die for you and more. It ain't me, babe. Maybe I love you as a river so high, and maybe I love you as a river so low. I
Okay, first family fit check is Lola.
Oh,
She's
I
got
the drippiest
sporting
shit
the.
on.
Ooh, look at her feet too.
I have to go look in the mirror first. Nude style, red handkerchief. The confidence it takes.
She.
I don't got that. I
She.
don't have that.
You'll never have that, honestly.
And to make it classy and not.
Give him
not
sassy,
trashy.
girl. Give him sassy. Give him sass. God.
You like some green tea mints?
Yeah. Would you like some green
You're
tea?
only allowed to not have fun when I'm here. Get up, king. Take your crown.
Dripped.
Out.
Dripping
Carson's
and
not
dropping.
involved because
Yeah. Just
the point of this trip is having fun without Carson.
Okay, resume rant.
I think women's emotions are often weaponized against them. Women are called too emotional to make important decisions. Women are told that they're overdramatic for simply stating the facts without sugarcoating. Women are told to calm down when they speak with passion, which if a man did it would just be called charisma. At its core, I thought I had to be more like the archetype of a stoic man than an emotional woman, and as the icing on the frickin' cake, now I'm here with a boyfriend who is worlds ahead of me in emotional intelligence, which is maybe the most embarrassing part of all, is that my beliefs about what hiding my emotions could get me has led me to staying quiet about a man who the whole world would benefit from hearing what he's like. My goodness, if some of you girls knew the way that this man treats me in my best and worst moments, you would not be dating that man who's ignoring you right now as we speak to play video games or go surfing, who won't talk about his feelings for you in front of the boys, who thinks that you're an accessory to his life rather than a partner in your shared future. Instead, you'd be holding out for someone more like Ethan. Basically, I've done myself and my boyfriend and others at large a disservice by not speaking about a good man with the conviction that he deserves, because I have the emotional intelligence at times of a banana
Yeah,
peel.
like, oh, you're just being like, yeah, exactly. It's like, no, dude.
No, we're at the cop.
I already took a picture of Carson.
Wait, he's leaving for Africa?
And
Don't do it.
show us the boots. Oh yeah. Yeah. Look at those.
All that to say, I am working on not having a stick up my acole when it comes to my emotions, especially when I'm talking publicly about the love of my life. See, like, why did I giggle? Why did I need to laugh while I said that? Alright, this is gonna be very rough, but I'm gonna tell you about our story briefly in a very public way on lay internet, so buckle up because I'm not emotionally prepared as we've already covered.
Out of the ball. Single file. Can we get the rings? Come on. That's a good shot.
Go together, go together.
They're both my favorites. They always say that. I know. They never. That's what my mom said. That it's not true. It was Luke. Yeah, it was Luke. 100%.
Well, come here, look at this. Isn't it beautiful?
Wow, it's like in the womb and it's experiencing light for the first time.
It's so exciting.
It's coming to life.
Keys, say it's freezing.
It's freezing.
It's freezing.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I can't.
Sometimes when it comes to something that is natural, we have this implicit bias of believing it's less ingredient. Be able to not only cleanse my skin.
Okay, so Ethan and I first met in high school during our senior year. The whole story of how Ethan even ended up on Kauai is a whirlwind, and he should write an autobiography one day, but until then, I'll leave it at this. Ethan moved to Kauai junior year of high school. He started at a different school than me. Then in both of our senior years, he had a Christian soccer coach who essentially lovingly pushed him into going to a youth camp on the North Shore, and that is where we first met. When I first noticed him, he was playing guitar and he was very good. I wasn't attracted to him per se. Honestly, I think I was so depressed in high school that the lack of boy craziness that people chalked up to me being moral, mature, and focused was possibly just my hormones and brain being so messed up from depression. I was basically uninterested in anyone involuntarily. Anyway, when I first saw him, he was also very depressed and maybe had some facial hair, and as a result, I literally thought he was a new church intern. I was thinking, wow, this guy in his late 20s is really good at guitar. And fun fact about me, if I have an encouraging word for someone and I don't say it, it will literally keep me up at night. So I was like, now I gotta talk to this weird guy I don't know. So I walk up just to get it over with and I say, you're really good at guitar. And then I walked away, which I later found out he thought I was some weird girl who had a crush on him, which first of all, dude, I thought you were 30, but okay. In his defense, I was doing it out of conviction, not really out of a desire to do it. So I probably said it really fast, which made me seem nervous maybe, but whatever. Anyway, we had officially met, but he started going to the same high school youth group as me after that camp, and we really started to bond a little more as friends when we were both volunteering as high school staff for the middle school youth group. We just kind of yipped and yapped and trauma dumped on each other, and it was very platonic, and we just kept friendzoning each other for 3 years. I think there were times where one of us would have feelings and the other wouldn't, and then the one who had feelings and the one who didn't would switch. And then there were times where we both clearly didn't have feelings at all for the other beyond platonic, but we both liked each other as friends, and we just kept the friend zone going. During that time, Ethan left for college and I left for trade school, and I knew he was going to a Christian college where there would be plenty of pretty Christian girls who believe the same things and were studying the same things and shared similar interests, and I knew that our friendship as we knew it was probably coming to an end. Not that we couldn't be friends, just that when he got a girlfriend, I couldn't be his closest friend anymore. I never wanted to be the girl who made another girl worry, and so out of respect for whatever girl he chose to end up with, I knew that I in good conscience just wouldn't be able to be as emotionally close with him when she came along. So my mindset at the time was just to enjoy what was left of our close friendship as we knew it for what little time we had left. Now comes the tea, but I'm so sorry. I have to make a part 2 because I ran out of talking space in this video, and this is literally just how the timing worked out. Like the parts of the video that I wanted natural audio for and the parts of the video that were available for voiceover just worked out this way. I'm so sorry. Anyway, cliffhanger, see you next week. Love you, bye. I know this is criminal, forgive me. Okay, see you next week.